I need y'all to like the video, comment if you want, but turn your post notifications on so you know the next time I drop.
Hey TikTok, so I just wanted to come on here with a small short announcement. I just want to start this video off by saying I'm not trying to get clout. I literally just want to have a conversation with my father. My biological father is Dr. Umar. He has another daughter. I tried to contact him about, getting to know my sister on my dad's side. I asked him if he knows her or if he has her number. He ignored me and never responded. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been to anything important, no graduation, no birthday parties, nothing. He has not been in my life. Again, I'm not making this video to bash him. I'm making this video to state facts, okay? You can't get on Instagram and get on social media and portray to be an activist and talk about how black kings need to be with black women, but you're not even in your black woman's daughter's life. It doesn't make sense. You're being a hypocrite. And it's frustrating because I reached out to you. I shouldn't have had to do that. I'm your daughter. But I'm smart enough and logical enough to know that you would never reach out to me because you don't have my phone number. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't try to reach out to me because for what? I don't want anything out of you. I want nothing but a conversation. Forget the relationship. I really don't care too much about that at this point. I just wanted a conversation out of you and you shut me down. You ignored me. You should never be too busy for your daughter ever in life. So I just wanted to make this video to just try to, I guess, somehow find my sister on my dad's side. So if you see this, please reach out to me. Please DM me because I want to know who you are. Why do I have siblings out there that I don't know about? It's unfair. And, deadbeat fathers is very common nowadays, especially in the black community, right? We all know Dr. Umar reps the black community or whatever, but you can't rep that if you're not even in your daughter's life. You moving backwards. You're moving backwards. It's not making sense. To the public, you look like this person, but in private, you a whole nother person. And I'm not bashing you. I just don't understand why you're ignoring me. I'm 22 years old and you have yet to be in my life. No graduations, no parties. When I get married, are you going to be at the wedding? Are you going to walk me down the aisle? Y'all, I have a stepdad who has been in my life since a little girl. He has been in my life. And I thank God for him because my biological father couldn't even do that, y'all. My biological father is not even on my birth certificate because when my mom had me, he left. And I do have a DNA test. So yes, I can prove that that's my father. I would never get on here and lie to y'all. That's kind of sick and delusional and crazy. But I'm just making this video because I want to find my sister. And when I reached out to him about giving me her number or if he even had it, I was ignored. So now I guess I have to take matters into my own hands. So if you see this video, sister, please reach out to me because if he's not going to allow us to be in contact, I'll do it myself. I just want to end this video off by saying that daughters who have deadbeat fathers should not have to go through this. This is very present in the black community. And as an activist, I would not think that you would be a deadbeat because you rep the black community so much. It doesn't make any sense. You cannot be a hypocrite. You can't say do A, but you're doing B. It doesn't make any sense. So y'all already heard my mission for this video. Y'all already heard why I'm making this video. So if she can reach out to me, I would love that. I would love to have a conversation with you because you are my sister on my father's side that I have never met. I don't even know your name. I don't even know how old you are. I have a sister on my mom's side and I'm the oldest. I'm pretty sure that my sister that's on my dad's side, I'm probably older than her. I'm supposed to be guiding her. I'm supposed to be teaching her things because you as the father, you're not doing that. So let me do that as an older sister. But that's the end of this video. As I stated in the beginning of this video, I'm not trying to bash this man. I'm stating facts. Facts. And in the next clip, I will show y'all the screenshot of me trying to reach out to him and he ignored me after I asked him if he had my sister's phone number. So here you go.
Whew. Man, she said a whole lot of exactly what I always thought. I believe every word, every last word. Is just a clear example of what we all thought about him. not to bash him, but just objective reality based off of how he's conducting himself. That's why I never qualified him as a thought leader. I always thought that he was just pimping the cause. If your home is in disorder, what makes you qualified to go out into the community and create order there where there is disorder? You don't have the resume that says, I am a leader. And the thing about it is that a man is supposed to, the first step is to lead his home and create a legacy that's going to be revered in the future and have order and dominion over that. And then his reach expands outward more effectively. These niggas is just stepping out like nomads, running around trying to create order in a chaotic way. That's why I never revered him as a thought leader. I don't have no disrespect to him, but it just is what it is. We're gonna get to his response.
The more slander that we will see, brothers and sisters, and I'm built for it. The son of Ogun. I got my 2 spiritual machetes ready. If they want to send children to do their dirty work, send the children. If they want to send the children to do their dirty work, send the children. Send who you must. But if you don't know by now, I
had to stop it right there. This already screams a lack of accountability. And so this right here, his response is very indicative of his audience, the people that eat up this bullshit. It's always a projection outward. I'm going to war. I got my machetes. I'm ready. Someone is sending my daughter to tear me down. Who's the someone? Who do y'all think the someone is? Say it in the comments. I'll tell you. Fuck it. The white man. Send my daughter from this imaginary enemy that I can project this outcome on so that it takes the light off of myself and I don't have to be accountable for what it is that she's saying.
If you don't know by now who the chosen one of this generation is, you must be dumb, deaf, and blind. If you don't know who the ancestor sent in this generation, I can't speak to the previous generation, and I can't speak to the next generation. But in this generation, I think we all know who the chosen one is, brothers and sisters. But like I said, the best thing you can do, or the worst thing you can do, is mind my business, because I'm going to block your ass. And you're going to be in the book of Negroes, okay? Trying to build your struggle streamer career off of my back, coming up out of nowhere, acting like you've been looking for me. Get Mama Smurf. When can the 3 of us have a sit down? I'm ready for this. When can Mama Smurf, Papa Smurf, and Baby Smurf have a sit down? Oh, I'm ready for this. And I will have my white man paperwork. When can we do the sit down?
It's a perspective. And the reason why I understand his perspective, I want to start there because I can see it. Now, I don't agree with it, but I can see it. You have to think, right? This is a man who probably started off with nothing. You know what I mean? Had these children, broke these homes. He may have been behind on child support, but was able to catch up and really be on top of his thing when it comes to providing that child support. He eat what he kill. This is the man we talking about. He eat what he kill. He don't go clock in for nobody. So it's always and constant on to the next thing that's gonna roll in that money. So he's locked in 24/7, life or death. He's not a father. He's an activist. So I have a newfound respect for him because I think that he is totally committed to the cause. But I think that he's drunk with power and also hypnotized by money, as what happens with all people. Power corrupts. So my critique of his response is that it isn't fatherly. I'm not gonna go and take an adversarial position with my daughter. I'm just not gonna do that because I'm the parent and you the daughter. So there should be some level of reverence there for me. Even if you're disrespectful, I'm not going to demean myself to your level because at that moment, I have to be the example of something that you should respect and how to respect. So I wouldn't get in the mud with you. He's not being a parent. The other thing I thought about when he said struggle stream career. I would think that if I'm successful in this internet business, it would behoove me to at least impart some knowledge on my descendant. I think men like Umar, God intentionally give them daughters so that their line can end. I don't know if you have a partner that had that was very, smashed a whole lot of chicks like in his younger years. When they finally settle down, they only have daughters.
Been paying child support since you damn near came out the womb. Deadbeat who? When can we have a sit down? Child support started, you wasn't even out your mama yet, and she took me to child support. Deadbeat who? Deadbeat who?
I said it. You wasn't out your mama yet before she took me to child support. I've been paying child support damn near since you came out the womb. So I know that there was early on, he was probably broke as hell. She took his ass for child support and he caught up on them payments. So that right there, in his mind, is a feat because so many men fall victim to child support where they get their license suspended or go to jail. He was able to do it of his own merit because he Dr. Umar Johnson.
Child custody file this thick. What are we talking about? Where is Mama Smurf? Where is Mama Smurf? Can we please have a sit down? Brothers and sisters.
Just you playing this internet game makes you lose all credibility to me. That's why I don't perceive him as a thought leader, because not everything has to be done for the public, especially matters of your lineage, because sometimes they act out and we have to be understanding to that, and we have to be self-reflective. Like with mine's, I don't really get mad at them about the things that they do because it's always something that I would have did. So I understand exactly why they did that. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't correct it. What I do is I have the conversation where I would have thought the same exact thing, but here's why I don't think that anymore. And this is where that leads. And then it becomes an aha moment versus, me coming down or getting in the mud or tit for tat type of thing. This to me is childish. But
brothers and sisters, you can fool some of the people all the time, and you can fool all the people some of the time. You can fool some of the people all the time, and you can fool all the people some of the time. You can fool all the people some of the time, and you can fool some of the people all the time. But you can't fool the Prince of Pan-Africanism any of the time.
He said Umar Johnson has a doctorate degree in psychology. I believe he received that at Michigan University. Okay, yeah, okay. But that's a social science degree. But what he's doing is, and that should say something because he understands psychology. That tactic he's doing, it's what preachers do when they're preaching. That constant repeating of something, it kind of hypnotizes you. And the slow talk and that certain cadence. I don't know anyone who is deadbeats with a doctorate degree. It depends on what your perspective of deadbeat is. And I don't think that a degree necessarily gives the level of prestige that most people like to put on it. Especially a social science degree, because you can get a doctorate in psychology, but running a business is a whole separate side of the brain. So you may be astute in the science of it, but running a business is something totally different. In the business world, we call it opportunity cost. It's like the same thing with women. Some women go through their 20s chasing a degree or chasing a career while not knowing that the opportunity cost in that scenario is a family and kids, because you don't have time to do both. You only have time to pick one. So there's an opportunity cost here. So I would say that him being as prominent as he is, where he's a household name, that had to cost something. And so if we think about it in the reality of how things are, he wasn't in his daughter's life the way that he probably should have been, because that causes trauma in children. Even though she said she had a stepdad, a father's love and her bear witnessing to him loving on her mama and then giving her that correction and being able to give her that masculine presence in a nuclear family, that's important. He said, I know child support is definitely not enough, but we will have to understand the relationship between the mother and father. Yep. Plus dealing. Yep. plus dealing with the courts as a black man in America. Hell yeah. It's all in the vetting process too. You can go back and forth, you know what I mean? And I'm not the type of person to be, just defending women. You know what I mean? I'm just I also hold men accountable too, because that's where growth is. And so we're just talking about reality in objective sense. And so as a thought leader, you should also have your house in order, because even though you technically got the knowledge here, leadership qualities is a different way. It's a different muscle. It's not the same as just knowing something technically. And so his house not being in order is an example of that. And she's kind of exposing that. Now, he's going to take the child support route, which is what it seems like he's doing. But I would have liked to see him take accountability. I know that right now what you're doing is you are lashing out at me. Even if he took the internet route, I know what you're doing right now is lashing out at me. And I know that I may have dropped the ball in our communication. But if you need some help, I'm here for you. Not getting in the mud saying that we about to go to war and somebody sending my daughter at me. You understand what I'm saying? Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, for sure. So that right there, just how he's handling the situation is a stain on just his moral fiber, his moral character.
Calling me names? Using profanity? Really? Really?
Now he won't sound like a parent. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you're cosplaying as a parent. That's not how this thing works.
Disrespectful mouth? Because you want to build your career. Okay.
You can see when a parent is cosplaying as a parent versus being there, because when you develop a relationship with your children, you being disappointed in them is like punishment enough. Like, I mean, it really like makes them feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just true. Like it just disappointing you does it, when you're there and you stand like that. You got to think about it, right? The things that he's saying, trying to admonish her over the internet, what do you think that's going to solve? It's not solving anything. It's just for show, because y'all don't even have that type of relationship. You just explained that all you do is pay child support. So you're going to admonish a daughter that you don't have a relationship with, and then assume what her why is behind why she's doing this, even though she said that wasn't the reason why. So it's like, that doesn't breed understanding. What that does is it breeds more and more contention. And him as the adult male parent in this situation, he should be diffusing it.
No problem. Build your career, princess. I want you to be happy. I want you to do what you must do, but you're not going to lie on me. You're not going to lie on me. Lord have mercy. Social media. I told you to mind your business. When I say mind your business, I mean mind your business. Social media has turned our children into a bunch of narcissists. Social media has turned our children into a bunch of narcissists. We will do anything for attention.
You can also even see like he's on social media with it to respond. And then his response to people who are inquiring about what's going on is to block them. So if you can't see how he's trying to deflect accountability, a person who has nothing to hide is going to say, you guys can ask me anything. I'm on here talking about it. Ask me anything. It would be different if he did it in private and was like, don't ask me anything. I'm in public doing it, and then I'm blocking you for asking me questions. That's ridiculous. It's either all or nothing. I'm on here to expose this stuff because I am 100% in the clear. So I want to be transparent since I'm on here already. But I'm blocking people who are inquiring. If that doesn't scream to the character of this man, then I don't know what does, because you got to see it for what it really is, not for what he's trying to make it be. All that was performance. He said, I believe his daughter just wants some clout and money bag behind it. I heard she's going to be on Tasha K this week. Nah, I don't think so, man. I think that clout is going to come with it because he's Dr. Umar Johnson, and this is exactly what we all thought about him anyway. But I think that daughters hurt different than sons. And so what they do is they react the only way that they know how, and they get their attention from you the only way that they know how. I think women are naturally inclined to need attention, And daughters are inclined to need attention from their fathers. They need it, which they deserve it. That's who's supposed to be giving them their first male attention. And I think that she's probably still hurt from the trauma. I think that she still hasn't dealt with the trauma of her father not being there, because that is traumatic. But I also think that she may want to actually get in touch with her sibling. I don't know. That's just my thought. I could be wrong, you know, but I judge based off of Dr. Umar's response, and his response fell short on me big time. It just wasn't that of a thought leader, somebody that I would allow to tell me how to think or where I need to focus or how I should do better in life. And as a psychologist, he was quick to call her a narcissist, you know, so I don't know. I need y'all to like the video, comment if you want, but turn your post notifications on so you know the next time I drop.